Siley Ven darted through the exhibit bay door, her tail twitching as it sealed behind her. Eli Mercer froze mid-crawl under the main console. Toolkits splayed across the deck. He peered out. Her wide eyes locked on his. "Eli," she whispered, voice a hiss through her Vox filter. "Help. Security sweep in 3 minutes." He slid out, boots scraping grated floor. The door's tamper seals blinked red, breached. One ping to Central, and Curator Herrick's would swarm them both. "Smuggled goods?" Eli kept his voice low, wiping grease on his jumpsuit. "Practical fix first." He tapped the panel override. Seals reset to green. Saley's frills relaxed a fraction. She unwrapped the bundle on the workbench. A sword, 5 millennia old, royal crest etched on the scabbard. Her family's heirloom, retired, to storage after her cadet slip-up. "Just ceremonial," she said, mandibles clicking. "Prove it to Rax tomorrow, but it won't scan clean. Needs human eyes." Eli eyed the blade. Dust-caked hilt, inlay loose like a popped rivet. Aliens revered it as sacred art. He saw hardware begging a tweak. "Hand it over." He extended gloved palms. Saley hesitated. Museum cadets faced expulsion for this, royals too. Her line traced to the relic's first guardian. Trust a human? Prax called them clumsy scavengers, unfit for antiquities. Eli waited. Steady. They'd bonded over late shifts. Her archiving protocols, his jury-rigged repairs. Small trusts built. She placed the hilt in his grip. Cool metal, heavier than steel. No vibration. Dead. See? Inert. Her tail curled, hopeful. Eli rotated it under the work lamp. Grime flaked off as he thumbed the hilt. A gemstone inlay. Blue, misaligned, edge caught, rotated wrong. He spat on his rag, wiped clean. Circuits? No. Seamless alloy, but the fit screamed error. Simple misalignment. He pressed the inlay flush. Click. The blade ignited. Hard, white light erupted from the sheath. Not flame. Coherent plasma. Edge humming silent fury. Eli's visor polarized against the glare. Siley recoiled, frills splaying wide. "What? Ellie!" The light pulsed. A broadcast wave rippled out, invisible to eyes but slamming Eli's multiscanner. Frequencies ancient, encrypted. "Wake! Signal!" Alarms wailed. Bay lights strobed red. Eli dropped the sword, gently, onto the bench. It stayed lit, projecting a holographic lattice above. Star maps, glyphs. Human script? No. Precursor code, layered over alien runes. Saley's mandibles gaped. Impossible. 5,000 years dormant. Footsteps thundered outside. "Door override, engaged." Curator Harax burst in, flanked by 2 enforcers. His armored crest spiked high, eyes narrowing on the glowing blade. "Ben, you desecrate sacred." "Wait." Eli stepped forward, hands raised. Practical now. Contain fallout. Fixed a loose part. It's broadcasting. Prax's gaze snapped to Eli. "Human hands on royal relic? I warned you off, antiquities." Saley edged beside Eli. "He saved it, Curator." It activated. Precursor wake. Cracks snarled, scanning the hollow. Maps overlaid station schematics, hidden vaults lighting up. "This changes nothing. Secure the artifact." Enforcers lunged. Eli dodged, grabbing his toolkit. "Sling it?" "No." Scanner pinged, signal burrowing into station core, awakening something bigger. A new voice cut through comms. "Stand down. Recovery's officer core en route. Precursor signature confirmed." Harax stiffened. Corporate salvage. Core's kind stripped worlds for profit. Licensed vultures. Saili clutched Eli's arm. "My family's sworn to guard it. Not hand to corpse." Eli nodded. "Goal clear. Hold the line." He palmed a disruptor from his kit. "Station maintenance model. Non-lethal. We move it. Your lead." Hacks barked at enforcers. "Seize the human!" Chaos erupted. Enforcers charged. Eli triggered the disruptor pulse. Field dropped them, twitching. Rax lunged, crest claws extended. Saley swept the sword. Light trailed, slicing Rax's stun baton clean. He yelped, recoiling. "Run!" She sheathed the blade. Light dimmed but held. They bolted for the service duct. Eli punched the grate open. Siley's tail lashed as she dove in after him. Ducts hummed with routing vents. Eli crawled fast. Scanner guiding. Signals mapping precursors. Station-wide. Ancient humans? Sally panted behind. Glyphs match your old probes. My ancestors wielded it against them. Or with. Echoes of boots. Kor's voice boomed over speakers. Mercer? Ven? Surrender the activator. Billions in play. Eli grinned in the dark. Humans fixed things. Aliens archived them. Together, unlocked legacies. They spilled into sub-level storage. Vault doors glowed on his scanner, woken by the sword. First one hissed open, crystalline obelisk, humming. Saili's eyes widened. The array, legends said humans keyed it. Touch it, Eli gripped the hilt again. Light flared, obelisk synced, projecting fleet schematics. Defense grids, lost tech, alarms peaked. Kor's team breached the bay above. More coming, Eli said. Your move. Siley nodded, frills firm, trust sealed. She drew the blade. We claim the legacy. Together, Kor dropped through the duct, pistol raised. Drop it, scum. The obelisk fired a containment field. Kor slammed back, pinned. Eli wiped sweat. One tiny fix. Worlds changed, but Hrack's roar echoed closer. Factions converged, the race ignited. Eli slammed the vault door control. Metal groaned shut behind them, sealing Kor in the containment field. The corporate agent's curses cut off mid-snarl. Sayeli clutched the scanner tablet. Her frills quivered. Rax's squad hits the sub-level junction in 30 seconds. Scanner shows 3 vaults active now. Sword keyed them all. Eli nodded, sword humming in his grip. Glow pulsed blue against his palm. Your relic. My fix. Lead. They sprinted down the dim corridor. Storage crates loomed like forgotten giants. Air recyclers whirred overhead. Eli's boots echoed on grated floors. Siley's claws clicked faster, tail flicking directions. First vault hissed open ahead, no lock sword's wake. Inside, a pedestal cradled a fist-sized orb. Etched glyphs swirled, matching the star map from the exhibit bay. Eli approached. Orb flickered to life. Biometric sync required. A neutral voice intoned from nowhere. Ancient human English. His language. Sayeli's eyes widened. It speaks, like your probe said. Authorization, the orb demanded. Eli pressed his hand flat. Skin tingled, light webbed his fingers. Orb chimed acceptance. Hollow schematics bloomed. Shield generators. Station-wide deployment codes. Download it, Eli said. He tapped the sword hilt. Data streamed to Sayeli's tablet. She swiped furiously. Archiving. Boots thundered closer. Rax bellowed through vents. Ven, you betray your archive for a human grease rat? Surrender the activator. Sayeli flinched but kept recording. He's wrong. This is archive work. Real archive. Eli grinned. Pulled her toward the next vault. 15 seconds. Move. They dove through. Door irised shut. This chamber held a console array. Screens dark until swordlight touched it. Glyphs lit row by row. Precursor defense net, Eli muttered. He traced a panel. Circuits hummed under his fingers. Human design. Intuitive. Twist here, bypass there. Screens flared. Targeting grids. Linked to orbital docks. Sayeli's tail brushed his leg. Accidental. Legends claimed humans built these against the precursors. But glyphs say partnership. Your kind keyed the locks. Fixed what broke. Eli keyed a sequence. Consoles synced. Station schematics overlaid. Hidden bays, weapon silos dormant for millennia. Alarms wailed. Bulkhead rattled. Frack's team laser-cut the door. Out. Eli yanked Sayeli into the service ladder. They climbed, sword sheathed at his belt. Her lithe form squeezed ahead, pointing vents. They dropped into a power conduit tunnel. Sparks danced from exposed relays. Eli's scanner beeped. Course signal free, converging with Rax. Corporate dogs loose, Eli said. They want the sword. Sayeli nodded, frills flattening in resolve. Not without us. Next vaults the core array. Legends say it commands the whole station. Tunnel narrowed. They crawled. Sweat stung Eli's eyes. Sword warmed against his thigh, bonded now, like an extension. They spilled into the core vault, massive. Central dais supported a crystalline spire. Thrice human height. It thrummed, veins of light racing upward. Eli drew the sword, blade ignited, projecting the star map anew. Spire responded. Glyphs cascaded. Fleet manifests. Warp drives. Armadas lost to time. Handprint, the voice said again. Eli slapped his palm on the base. Shock rippled up his arm. Not pain, recognition. Spire blazed. Holos exploded outward. Ancient battle records. Humans in sleek ships, aliens. Sally's ancestors? Flanking them. Not war. Alliance. Precursor shattered by united fire. Saili's gasp echoed. We fought together. Not against. Eli's heart pounded. Legacy's hours to wake. Footsteps hammered outside. Hacks burst through a side hatch. Stun baton crackling. 4 guards flanked him. Rifles trained. Enough! The relic desecrates. Sacred. Core shoved past. Pistol leveled. Forget sanctity, Rax. That's billions in lost tech. Hand it over, Mercer. Eli stepped forward, sword raised. Sally pressed beside him, tablet glowing with archived proof. Stand down, Eli said. Voice steady. This isn't salvage. It's keyed to me. Try taking it, Rax snarled. Frills erect. Humans unqualified. Cadet Ven, your career ends here. Saeli's tail lashed. She thrust the tablet forward. Read the logs, Curator. Ancient pact. Humans authorized. We archive together. Or lose it all. Core sneered. Pact? Corporate claim supersedes myths. He lunged. Eli swung the sword, not to strike. A gesture. Blade flared. Spire pulsed. Containment field snapped up, boxing Core's team. Guards dropped weapons, pinned. Hacks froze. Impossible. Station defenses dormant since founding, until now. Eli lowered the blade. Your archives hid the key. My hands turned it. Saeli touched Eli's arm. Claws gentle. Trust unlocked it. Small act. Rax's eyes darted to the hollows. Battle records played. Human tech meshing with alien navs. Precursor fleets crumbling. His frills drooped. The legends. True. Station shook. Distant booms. Docking clamps releasing. Eli's scanner screamed. External signals. Faction ships inbound. Corps militaries all racing the ping. More coming, Eli said. Sword's broadcast woke the net. We control it. Or they do. Saeli gripped the tablet. Core array has override. One more sync. Harrix hesitated. Baton powered down. Then, prove it. She nodded to Eli. He sheathed the sword. Approached the Spire console. Fingers flew. Diagnostic mode. Relays clicked online. Alien interfaces bloomed, but human overrides nested deep. Shields up, Eli announced. Console obeyed. Station shuddered as energy fields engaged. Core pounded his cage. You'll start a war. Better than letting you scrap it. Eli pulled data keys from the array, plugged into Sally's tablet, full archive downloading. Prax watched, mandibles clicking. Human, you treat God's tools like wiring. Everything's wiring. Eli unplugged, tablet chimed complete. Alarm spiked. Main docks breached, intruders aboard. Scanner showed armed squads. Corporate insignias. Eli drew the sword. Your station, Saeli. My fix. Rax, the curator straightened. Guards, with me. Saeli beamed, frills blooming, to the bridge. Legacy route. They ran, sword led, glyphs lighting paths through forgotten ducts. Rax's team covered rear, stun bolts dropping borders. Eli glanced at Saeli. Her eyes sparkled in the glow. Trust forged in glow of ancient steel. Bridge doors parted. Command deck hummed alive. Hollow showed incoming fleets. 5 heavies, weapons hot. Eli slotted the sword into the central plinth. It fit perfect. Systems synced. Authorization granted. The voice boomed. Human voice. Saeli manned navs, claws dancing. Warp signatures match legends, alliance codes. Rax sparked orders. Shields hold. Target locks. Eli grinned. Online. Fingers locked arrays. Station guns swiveled. Precursor grade. First corp shuttle vaporized. Fleet scattered. Core's voice crackled over comms from below. Mercer! Negotiate. No deals. Eli cut the line. Saeli leaned close. What now? Eli eyed the star map. New glyphs pulsed. Coordinates beyond known space. Unlock more, together. Rax grunted approval. Human competence, noted. Station warped away. Legacy alive. Factions chased shadows. Two species saw truth. Small trust, vast power, but the map whispered deeper secrets. Eli's hand tingled on the hilt. What slept next? Curator Harak slammed the bay doors open. His frilled crest flared red. Drop it, human. That's no tool. It's a weapon. Eli's fingers tightened on the hilt. Blue arcs danced along the blade, inches from the deck plating. One wrong twitch, and it carved through the station like foil. He exhaled slow. Practical fix first. He released the grip. The sword hovered, humming fury. Eli snatched a magnet from his toolkit belt. Strong field model for loose panels, slapped it to the hilt. Blade stabilized mid-air, arcs grounding harmless. He looped a cable tie around the scabbard, tethering it to his wrist. Safe, contained. Prax lunged forward, claws snatched the hilt. Containment protocol. Secure the relic, alarms shrieked. Red lights pulsed, vault cradles whirred from the walls, adamantine clamps snapping toward the sword. The bay shook as distant explosions rocked the station. Corp boarders. Corps salvage team breaching hulls. Eli stepped back. Prax yanked hard. The sword didn't budge. Glyphs on the blade flickered, ignored him. Prax snarled. Respond. Artifact. Royal seal. He twisted the hilt. Nothing. The alien scales paled. The sword flared. Brilliant white. Clamps locked around the blade. No heat but metal vaporized. Edges melted inward, dripping like wax. Prax yelped. Dropped it. The magnet held. Blade floated free, pointing at Eli. Saley Ven grabbed Eli's sleeve. Her claws dug in. Gentle. Urgent. Service corridor. Now. Vault doors groaned shut behind them. Slam. Sealed. They sprinted down the dim tunnel. Maintenance lights flickered. Sword bobbed ahead, tethered to Eli's wrist, lighting the way. Sayeli's frills quivered, brushing his arm. She panted, eyes wide on him. It chose you. Human hands. Eli glanced back. Pursuit thundered, Harak's bellowing orders. The relic rejects me? Impossible. Guards, breach that hatch. Why me? Eli kept pace. His toolkit clanked against his thigh. The blade's hum vibrated through the cable tie, syncing with his pulse. Sayeli's voice dropped. Royal family heirloom, locked for cycles. I trusted you with it. My career, gone if Frax logs this. She squeezed his arm. You fixed the display case last shift, treated it like hardware, not myth. Small, big risk. Eli nodded. Hardware talks back sometimes. Explosions rattled ducts overhead. Corp shuttles docking. Agent Corps' voice boomed from station comms. Museum authority stand down. Precursor tech falls under Recovery Directive 47. Surrender the asset. Rack's reply crackled. This is sacred archive. No corporate claim, Eli smirked. Corps moved fast. Licensed thief in a suit. Siley tapped a panel. False wall slid open. Archivist override. They tumbled into a sub-level maze. Sword pulsed brighter. Glyphs shifting. One glowed. Arrow forward. Legacy route, Sayeli whispered. Legends say it guides worthy. Eli tugged the tether. Sword led. They ran. Air grew cooler, older. Dust motes danced in the blade's glow. Eli's boots echoed on grates unused for generations. Shouts faded. Then, footsteps. Heavy. Corps team. Eli palmed a stun prod from his belt. Human standard. Reliable. No frills. Sayeli halted at a junction. Here. Bridge access. Her tail flicked nerves. Cracks comes. He'll seal us. Sword hummed louder. Pointed up. A vent grate. Eli pried it with his multi-tool. Sparks flew. Grate clattered free. Up. He boosted her first. Sayeli scrambled. Claws scraping rungs. Eli followed. Sword tucked close. Blade warmed his palm through the tie. No burn, just right. Vent twisted narrow. They crawled. Sweat beaded Eli's brow. Aliens built for grace, not bulk. His shoulders scraped walls. Below, Prax roared. Then! Treason. The human corrupts our history. Sayeli's whisper ahead. Not corrupt. Awakens. They dropped into a dim corridor. Insignias glowed faint on walls. Human script? Eli squinted. Old English. Bridge, ahead, sword tugged free of the tie. Floated to his hand. Hilt fit perfect. He drew it halfway. Blade sang, doors parted. Command deck hummed. Consoles flickered alive. Saily dashed to navs. Claws flew over controls. Warp signatures incoming. 5 heavies, corporate heavies. Prax burst through a side hatch. Guards flanked him, stun bolts raised. "Secure the intruders!" Eli slotted the sword into the central plinth. Click, systems synced. Hollows bloomed. Star maps, weapon grids. Authorization granted. A voice boomed. Human accent. Deep. Ancient. Racks froze. What sorcery? Guards fired. Bolts sizzled past. Eli dodged. Yanked a panel lever. Station guns swiveled outside. Precursor-grade lances. First Corp shuttle vaporized in a flash. Fleet scattered. Panic chatter flooded comms. Cor's voice cut through. "Mercer, this is Agent Cor. Recoveries Division. Negotiate. That tech's too big for your species." Eli grinned. Fingers locked, targeting arrays. No deals. He cut the line. Siley leaned close. Frills blooming pink. Eyes sparkled in the glow. Shields hold. Target locks online. Herrick's lowered his bolt. Grunted. "Human competence. Noted." He barked at guards. "Cover rear. Boarders breach lower decks." Stun bolts dropped shadows in the corridors. Corp grunts in powered suits. Prax team held. Eli eyed the star map. New glyphs pulsed. Coordinates beyond charts. Unknown space. Station lurched. Warp drive spooled. Saley gripped his shoulder. What now? Eli's hand tingled on the hilt. Sword whispered data streams. Schematics. Histories. Human precursors. Architects of stars. Unlock more, he said. Together. Warp engaged. Stars streaked. Factions chased ghosts. Layers unfolded. Eli flexed his fingers. What slept next? Deeper in the plinth. A new glyph ignited. Not coordinates. A chamber seal. Station core. Saley's claws tightened. That's Forbidden Archive. Pax turned. Crest flared curiosity. It calls. Eli drew the sword full. Blade blazed. Paths lit to the heart. Trust echoed. Small spark. Galactic fire. Cor's fleet regrouped on sensors. Closing fast. Eli stepped forward. Let's wake it. Doors to the core hissed open. Darkness beckoned. Humming power. The sword pulled. Legacy stirred. Borders hammered the outer hull. Alarms wailed anew. Siley matched his stride. Human legacy, our alliance. Cracks followed. For the archive, Eli led. Blade cut shadows. What waited tested them all. A rumble shook the deck. Core access flooded with light. Ancient consoles awoke. Human voices echoed faint. Welcome, bearer. Eli gripped tight. The real unlock began. Core's lead ship locked weapons. One shot to end it. Station guns answered. Space lit hellfire. They plunged deeper. Secrets uncoiled. 2 species. 1 truth. Trust bridged voids. But the core whispered warnings. Older foes. Precursors' enemies. Eli smiled grim. Hardware problems. Solvable. Saley's hand brushed his. Bond sealed. Warp stabilized. New stars beckoned. Chase eternal. Legacy eternal. Eli slammed his multi-tool into the wall panel's seam. Sparks flew. The lock popped with a hiss. He yanked the cover free, exposing a tangle of conduits and dim service lights. Through here, he said to Siley. Comm spines 2 levels down. Stay low. Saley's frilled crest quivered. She crouched, her 4-fingered hands gripping the sword's hilt where it jutted from her belt. Rax will seal the archives if he finds us. Eli dropped into the crawlway first. Cool air rushed past, carrying the tang of ozone from stressed power relays. His knees scraped grated metal. He glanced back. Xylee's luminous eyes caught the faint glow. She followed, her lithe frame twisting through the narrow gap. Alarms throbbed distant, muffled by bulkheads. Core's borders hammered the outer hull. Time slipped. They crawled 50 meters. Eli paused at a junction. His wrist pad flickered, station map overlaid with the sword's pulsing glyphs. Repeating patterns matched conduit labels. He traced one. Left. Elevator shaft bypass. Sci-Fi squeezed beside him. Dust motes danced in her bioluminescent glow. She unclipped her recorder from her vest, a slim crystal rod etched with data veins. Eli, the glyph stream. Decode it, please. He took the device. Warm against his palm. Alien tech, but interfaces were universal headaches. He slotted his multi-tools probe into its port. Data flooded his pad, jagged waves of symbols, alien script looping like code fractals. Give me a sec. Eli cross-referenced. Station coordinates blinked familiar. Alphanumeric grids he'd patched 100 times. Repeating glyphs snapped into place. He built the grid fast. Match, align, extrapolate. A translation matrix bloomed. The sword hummed. Its blade edge flickered blue. Glyphs synced to his overlay. Lines sharpened. A new marker pulsed dead center. Sealed node. Precursor access. Buried in the com's spine. Eli's pulse quickened. Got it. Node's here. He tapped the map. Precursor lock. Sword's the key. Sci-Fi's claws brushed his arm. Trust in the touch. Royal relic. My family's oath sword. Never bonded before. Station comms crackled. A voice cut through. Sharp, corporate cold. All personnel. This is Agent Core. United Salvage Authority. Sword artifact designated precursor tech. Legal seizure order issued. Surrender immediately or face containment. Eli killed the feed. He's close. Moving. They pushed on. Crawlway narrowed. Eli's shoulders brushed walls. Sweat beaded his brow. Sally's breathing rasped behind. Faster rhythm. Alien lungs straining. Light ahead. Great overlooked the comm's spine. A vast vertical shaft lined with glowing data trunks. Prax's voice echoed up from below. Seal the lifts! Intruders in the vaults! Eli pried the grate. It clanged loose. They dropped to a service ledge. Sword's glow intensified, pulling toward a blank wall panel etched faint. Precursor script. Here, Eli pressed the blade's tip to the etchings. Metal sighed. A seam appeared. Inner mechanisms whirred. Ancient servos grinding awake. Sci-Fi leaned in. It's opening. Eli. The voices. Faint human tones emanated. Bearer confirmed. Sync initiating. Wall. Parted. A hidden chamber yawned. Consoles lit. Holographic interfaces blooming in crisp English. Eli stepped inside. Air hummed with power. Sterile and old. His pad linked automatic. Data cascaded. Station schematics. Precursor overrides. The sword slotted into a plinth with a click. Layers unfolded. Depths revealed. Sci-Fi's eyes widened. Human code. Sci-Fi's eyes. Pure. No intermediaries. Eli flexed his fingers over a console. Protocol handshake. Just needs the right ping. Response flooded. Legacy protocols. Warp gates. Defense grids. Human design. Scaled galactic. Prax burst through a side hatch. Crest flared red. Outrage. Cadet Ven, you profane sacred. Words died. He stared at the glowing plinth. Precursor. Alive? Eli ignored him. Mapped the node. Core access granted. Station defenses online. He punched commands. Outer guns swiveled on sensors. Core's lead ship loomed. Weapons hot. Space erupted. Station batteries answered. Hellfire bloomed. Core's voice snarled over comms. Mercer, stand down. That's corporate claim. Eli smirked. Claim this. He locked the node. Sword blazed paths to the station heart. Saley gripped his shoulder. Together. Frax hesitated, then nodded. For the archive, they ran. Corridors sealed behind. Borders breached airlocks. Boots thumping decks. Eli led. Sword-cutting security locks. Paths lit ahead. Deck rumbled. Core doors hissed wide. Darkness beckoned, humming vast power. Eli gripped the hilt, pulled the blade free. Light flooded. Ancient consoles awoke. Human voices echoed clear. Welcome, bearer. Legacy awakens. Core's ship fired. Station shuddered. Eli plunged deeper. Sci-Fi's hand found his. Bond sealed, but the core whispered more. Warnings uncoiled. Older foes. Precursors' enemies. Shadows beyond the fleet. Eli smiled grim. Hardware glitch. Fixable. They pressed on. 2 species, 1 truth. Station guns roared. Core's fleet scattered. Warp cores spun up. Precursor drive, human legacy. New stars beckoned. Chase ignited. Eli routed power through the plinth. Consoles stabilized. Prax manned a secondary panel, his claws flying over alien interfaces. Defenses, but core adapts. Saeli synced her recorder. Data streamed to hidden relays. Backup for her archive. Legacy shared. No more secrets. Eli nodded. Sword's glyphs shifted. A new overlay. Galactic net. Dormant nodes, lighting one by one. Human precursors. Vast. Waiting. Core's voice hacked through. Artifact secured or station forfeit. Explosions rocked the hull. Breaches sealed automatic. Eli drew the sword. Blade sang, "Not today." They dove into the core's heart. Light intensified. A central dais rose, etched with handprints, human scale. Eli placed his palms. Fit, perfect. Systems roared alive. Voices chorused. Alliance protocol engaged. Trust verified. Saeli's crest glowed in sync. Her hand over his. Cross-species bridge. Cracks gasped. Impossible. Humans, precursors? Eli pulled back. Just good engineering. Alarms peaked. Core's team breached inner rings. Eli sealed the core. Warp stabilized. Station lurched. Hyperspace jump. Stars streaked. Fleet left behind. But sensors pinged. Older signatures trailed. Precursors' foes. Awake. Saeli met his eyes. What now? Eli sheathed the sword. We decode the rest. Together. Rax bowed slight. Archive evolves. Legacy burned bright. Trust small spark. Galactic fire. Eli checked the map. Next node. Uncharted. Ready. They accelerated. Bond unbreakable. Core's pursuit reformed light years out. But the sword whispered counters. Eli treated it simple. Update firmware. Saeli's laugh echoed. First time. Alien joy. Human grit. Two worlds merged. Race eternal. Core hummed approval. Deeper layers beckoned. Eli stepped forward. Sword led. Universe. Shifted. Borders echoes faded. Station healed. What slept next? Precursor's arsenal. Eli grinned. Solvable. Saeli's claws laced his fingers. Alliance forged. Warp flared. New legacy dawned. Core cursed on open comms. Humans. How? Eli keyed response. Trade secret. Link cut. Stars rushed. Trust unlocked it all. Core sealed behind. Path ahead clear. Eli led. Unstoppable. Drones swarmed the maintenance vents like angry hornets. Eli Mercer ducked low behind a conduit stack, the sword's hilt warm in his grip. Its blade pulsed faint blue, etching a holographic arrow straight toward a sealed bulkhead 20 meters ahead. Wake signal. The relic broadcasted its activation, loud and clear to anyone scanning. Got you, Eli muttered. He slapped the nearest access terminal. Station schematics flared to life. Core's corporate drones triangulated fast, red dots converging on his position. 3 seconds to swarm split. Eli keyed ventilation overrides. Pressure surged. Fire doors hammered shut with pneumatic thunder bisecting the drone pack, half crumpled against the grates, sparks flying, the rest scattered, sensors blind in the chaos. Eli! Saeli's voice crackled over comms. Ground teams at the archive wing, Core's leading. I'm stalling. Buy time, Eli said. Swords leading me to a node, Precursor's back door. He bolted down the catwalk, boots clanging on grated deck. The station groaned under strain. Core's breach teams cutting through outer rings. Eli's practical mind ticked options, reroute power, flood sections. But no, sword first. Relic knew the station's guts better than any manual. Saeli's crest feathers rustled in his earpiece. She stood firm before Core's armored squad, her cadet uniform crisp despite the alarms. Chain of custody violation, she declared. Claws tapping her datapad. Relic logged under royal seal. No salvage rights without Curator Hawk's override. Agent Core loomed, his recovery drone hovering at shoulder height. Scaled face twisted in impatience. Cadet then.
Step aside. That relic tripped precursor protocols.
Corporate claim supersedes museum bylaws. Saeli's eyes flicked to her wristcom. Eli's feed. Trust sparked there. Human grit mirroring her resolve. Protocol 47B. Unauthorized handling voids recovery license. Scan your docket. Core snarled, signaling his team forward. Drones buzzed anew, mapping her stall. Eli skidded to the bulkhead. No standard lock. The sword's arrow locked on. A faint seam glowed under his palm scan. He wedged the blade's tip in. It hummed approval, ancient alloys meshing perfect. No force needed. Click. Panel irised open. Inside, a crystalline node, dormant for eons. Dust motes danced in emergency lights. Eli sheathed the sword halfway, pressed hilt to the core. Trust verified. The chorus whispered again, human voice layered with alien tones. The node ignited, holo displays bloomed, station subsystems scrolling code at light speed, permissions rewrote live. Alliance protocol, human key authorized, locking external overrides. Eli grinned. Just firmware, alarms shifted. Core's access codes bounced, bulkheads sealed station-wide. Warp coils spun up, unbidden. Node active, Eli keyed Saley. Permissions flipping. Get to Core. Saley's comm burst with shouts. Core shoved past, his team maglocking doors. Breach the vault, Sword's signal. She dodged to grab, claws raking his drone. It sparked. Veered. Intrusion logged. Prax override denied. Curator Prax's voice boomed from overhead speakers drawn by the chaos. Then, explain. Human legacy, sir, Saley panted, sprinting now, trust bond. It's rewriting everything. Eli dashed back through vents, sword guiding evasion routes. Drones reformed behind, but doors slammed in sequence. His vent hack, paying off. The station lurched as warp fields built. Sensors screamed. Core's carrier closing fast outside. He hit the core chamber. Saley burst in seconds later, crest aglow. Her hand found his. Claws, gentle. The sword's chorus swelled. Cross-species bridge confirmed. Prax staggered in, eyes wide on the node feed. Humans. Precursors? The myths? Practical engineering, Eli said. He keyed final seals. Core bulkheads dropped. Core's inner team hammered futilely outside. Warp stabilized, and stars streaked past viewports. The station jumped. Hyperspace tunnels swallowing them whole. Fleet signatures winked out behind. Sensors pinged. Older traces trailed. Not Core, deeper. Precursors, ancient foes, stirring. Saeli met Eli's eyes, breath steadying. What now? Eli sheathed the sword. It whispered new maps. Uncharted nodes ahead, decode the rest. Together, hacks bowed. Slight but real. Archive evolves. Core's pursuit reformed light years out. Comms crackling rage. Mercer, that tech's mine. Eli patched open channel. Trade secret, link cut. Saley's laugh echoed. First pure joy from her. Claws laced his fingers. Station hummed approval. Deeper layers beckoned. Eli checked the holomap. Next node pulsed. Ready. They accelerated. Bond sealed. Universe shifted. But the sword's whisper grew. Counters to old foes. Eli treated it simple. Update protocols. Human fix for ancient glitches. Saley's crest synced with the blade's glow. Alien curiosity met human grit. 2 species. 1 legacy. Core cursed on scanners, plotting intercept. Drones relaunched, but station permissions held. Eli's key rewriting defenses live. Eli led them deeper. Sword pointed true. What slept next? Precursor's full arsenal. Solvable. Warp flared brighter. New stars beckoned. Trust's spark burned galactic. Eli gripped the hilt, unbreakable. Station healed around them, vents clear, doors secure. Borders echoes faded. Saeli squeezed his hand. Eli, precursors chose you. Chose us, he corrected. Practical, as ever. Hacks monitored from auxiliary. Scans confirm. Human physiology matches lock codes. Extraordinary. Eli shrugged. Fit the palm. Works every time. Ahead, uncharted sectors. Sword-etched paths through nebulae, evading tails. Core's fleet reformed. Corporate heavies. Drones swarming. But the relic countered. False wakes. Decoy signals. Eli patched a drone feed hack. Watched Core slam his console. Satisfaction. Saley's training kicked in. Decoding glyph logs. This node links to weapons cache. ancient human designs. Show me. Eli leaned in, her claws traced patterns, his fingers flew on controls. Collaboration clicked, station lurched, minor skirmish wake, precursors foes probed edges, sword hummed warning. Eli adjusted course. Smooth. Hacks gasped at readouts, warp efficiency doubled. Human intuition? Station smarts, Eli said. Humble. Action spoke. Siley smiled, fangs glinting. Interspecies friendship forged in fire. They hit the next node beacon. Sword ready. Door irised at touch. Deeper mysteries. Legacy unfolded. Core closed gap. Half light year. Surrender the key, Eli smirked. Not today. Warp jumped again. Stars rushed. Path clear. Core sealed tight. Arsenal awaited. Eli stepped forward. Sword led. Galactic race eternal. They accelerated. Bonded. Unstoppable. Sally's laugh rang free. Human grit. Alien wonder. Worlds merged. What roused next? Precursor's final gift. Eli grinned. Time to unlock. Drones trailed faint. Core raged, but Sword whispered victory. Trust unlocked it all. Fire spread. Eli slammed his palm against the chamber seal. The door irised open with a hiss. Cool air rushed out, carrying the tang of ozone and ancient metal. He stepped inside, sword gripped tight. Sally followed close, her tail twitching. The chamber stretched vast, walls etched with glowing conduits. Center stage, a pedestal cradle, contours matching the sword's hilt exactly. Eli approached. No hesitation. He slotted the blade home. It clicked. Perfect fit. Lights flared. A holographic scan swept over him. Blue beams prickling his skin. Console hummed to life. Text scrolled in crisp galactic standard. Asterisk scan complete. Operator, baseline human. Genetic match, authorized. Emergency status granted. Asterisk Eli blinked. Baseline human? Not extinct. Authorized. His pulse quickened. The system knew him. Knew humans. Sally gasped behind him. Eli, it recognizes you. Precursors listed humans as keepers. Focus, Eli said. He tapped the console. Interfaces bloomed. Controls for subsystems. Nav arrays. Defenses. Power surged through the station. Upload your proof. Now. Sally nodded, claws flying over her wristpad. She synced the recording, grainy hollow of her family's vault. The sword passed down generations, royal custody stamps glowing authentic. Data streamed to the console. Verification pinged green. Asteroid Dynasty, custodian lineage confirmed. Venn Dynasty, cooperator access granted. Asterisk Eli grinned. We're in, full control, partnership sealed. Her knowledge, his hands on the hardware. The arsenal beckoned, weapon caches, warp drives, all online. Alarms blared, the outer door buckled. Sparks flew. Agent Core's voice boomed through the breach. Mercer, step away from the console. That tech's corporate salvage. Hand it over, or we glass the chamber. Core burst in, stun rifle raised. 2 drones flanked him, red scanners sweeping. Armored goons piled behind, breaching charges smoking. Corporate recoveries at work. Fast, ruthless. Eli didn't flinch. His fingers danced across the holokeys. Subsystem reroute, asterisk lockout protocol engaged. Intruder tagged, unauthorized asterisk. Bulkheads slammed down behind Core, sealing his team inside. Drones sparked and dropped. Circuits fried. Core snarled, firing a stun bolt. It splashed harmlessly against the console's shield. You primitive ape, that's precursor gold. Billions in play. Surrender the key. Key's ours. Eli shot back. He patched a live channel to curator Hackrack's station-wide broadcast. Hack's face appeared on secondary display, eyes wide in the command deck. Mercer? Then, what madness? Watch this, curator. Eli cued the evidence. Scan logs flashed, asterisk humans, authorized operators. Not, legacy active, asterisk Sally's recording played next. Dynasty chain unbroken. Sword cradle pulsed, sinking station defenses. Warp field stabilized, weapons bays irised open across the hall. Hrax leaned forward. Impossible. Humans? Baseline authorized? The glyphs? They match archives. Core lunged, slamming his rifle butt into the shield. It hummed, unyielding. Lies. Corporate claim supersedes. Stand down. Eli ignored him. He pulled up arsenal schematics. Human designs, railguns, plasma lances, intuitive as a wrench. Siale's eyes lit. Those curves. Ergonomic for your hands. Precursors built for humans. Damn right. Eli armed point defense. Drones outside vaporized in blue fire. Core's fleet blinked on sensors. Half light year out, closing fast. Eli tweaked the sword's interface. False wakes deployed. Ghost signals scattering their pursuit. Siale traced a glyph cluster. This node, fleet override. Ancient protocol. Link it. Eli synced her input. Command pulsed out. Core's lead ship yawed. Engines stuttering. What the? Core roared, checking his comms. Panic creased his scales. Hrax's voice cut in. Mercer, the council sees this. Humans, operators. Explain, no time. Eli vectored power to the core drive. Station lurched forward, warp bubble forming. Stars stretched. Core's goons first. He triggered the chamber's inner defenses. Turrets whirred, pinning Core's team. Goons dove for cover. Blasts scorching walls. Core retreated to the door, pounding the sealed bulkhead. You'll regret this, human. The cartels own these relics. Siale bared fangs. Not anymore. She fed Li targeting data. Alien precision meshing with his gut tweaks. A goon dropped, stunned. Eli sealed the breach. Quiet fell. Save console hums. He exhaled. Core access opening. Arsenal's ours. Hrax hollow flickered. Station crew chatter swelled behind her. Shock. Awe. Then, your lineage. And a human unlocks it. Trust like that. Unprecedented. Siale's tail brushed Eli's leg. Subtle. Grateful. Small act. Big doors. Eli nodded. Humble. Action proved it. Sensors pinged. Core's remnants fleeing, tailing weak. But deeper scans revealed more. Precursor network. Nodes lighting up galaxy-wide. Humans tagged as keys everywhere. The cradle pulsed. New prompt. Asterisk's full legacy query. Asterisk. Eli gripped the sword. Affirmative. Holomaps exploded. Caches. Stations. Weapons vaults. All waiting for baseline humans. Authorized. Core's voice crackled on open channel. Distant now. This isn't over. The factions will bury you. Eli smirked. Let 'em try. Warp engaged. Station blurred into hyperspace. Siale laughed, claws on his shoulder. Bond tight. Hax hailed again. Mercer, Ellie, Council demands coordinates. We need your input.
Coming your way, Curator. Eli plotted course.
Legacy spread. 2 species. 1 path. Trust unlocked the stars. But outer sensors twitched. Probes. Precursors, old foes. Sword hummed warning. Eli adjusted. Ready. Deeper in. Arsenal bays gleamed. Human-sized racks. He stepped up. Siale at side. Rails hot. Lances primed. Pick your poison, Eli said. She chose one, hefting it. Fit her grip, too. Ours now. Station accelerated. Galactic race ignited. Factions scrambled, but humans authorized. Game changed. Eli pulled the trigger test. Plasma roared. Perfect. Core's fleet reformed light years back. Too slow. Siale's eyes sparkled. What next, operator? Everything. Eli grinned. Sword led. Legacy called. Warp jumped. Nodes awaited. Trust's fire spread. Unstoppable. Core chamber sealed behind. Arsenal doors yawned wide. Eli entered first. Racks towered. Human rifles, grenades, power armor humming dormant. Labels in Old English. Property USSF. Authorized personnel only. Siale's breath caught. Your ancestors, warriors of the void. Eli donned a helmet. HUD lit. Intuitive. No lag. Fits like yesterday. He passed her a lighter harness. Scaled for her frame. Precursors planned ahead. Alarms spiked. Core breached outer hull. Desperate boarding pods slamming home. Take the core! Eli shouldered a railgun. Defend the console. Siale nodded. Plasma lance ready. They took positions. Pods cracked. Goons poured in. Blaster fire lit the bay. Eli fired. Rounds punched armor clean. Goons crumpled. Sally's lance swept, vaporizing a squad. Flank left. He pivoted. Covered her. Teamwork clicked. Human grit. Alien agility. Core charged through smoke. Vibroblade drawn. The sword, Mercer! Eli sidestepped. Rifle butt cracking Core's jaw. Agent sprawled. Stay down.
Drones swarmed. Sally glyph hacked the sword. Anti-drone pulse.
Sparks rained. Prax's voice boomed station-wide. All hands, secure the human operator. Precursors will. Crew poured in. Crew poured through the arsenal doors. Blasters raised. Eli tightened grip on his railgun. Sally's plasma lance hummed beside him. Core groaned on the deck, jaw slack. Stand down, Rax bellowed from the lead. His scaled crest flared red. Station crew halted, eyes flicked between Eli, Sayeli, and the human weapons racks. Eli kept rifle leveled. Your call, Curator. These goons breached your hull. We're holding the line. Sayeli's tail twitched. She stepped forward, glyph pad glowing. Curator Herax, the sword chose Eli. Precursors will. Verify the logs. Herax's optics narrowed. He scanned the console. Data scrolled, bonding confirmed. Human interface active. Arsenal unsealed by legacy code. Crew. Murmured. The tech whispered. Humans? Keyed to it? Core stirred. Lies. Corporate claim. Eli's boot pinned Core's blade arm. Quiet. Hax silenced him with a gesture. Drones hauled Core away. Pods vented atmosphere outside. Breach sealed. You. Hrax jabbed a claw at Eli. Prove custodianship, or we dissect this legacy ourselves. Eli lowered the railgun, clacked it safe. Joint pact. Me and Sayeli. Dual auth required. Human and your species. No solo access. Sword stays neutral. Sayeli blinked. Her frills perked. Eli, that's trust. He met her gaze. You risked everything showing me the relic. We share the key. Rax grunted. Bold for a soft skin. Sayeli activated her pad. I accept. On museum authority. She projected the packed hologram. Dual biometrics. Species-locked protocols. Her claw pressed the seal. Eli Mercer, technical liaison, public record. Station feed lit up. Credits rolled. Human-alien accord unlocks precursors. Crew chatter spiked. She credits the human? Look, power fluctuations dropping already. Harrick's comb buzzed. Alarms wailed. Grid failing. Station shuddered. Lights flickered. Stabilize it, Frack snapped. Good faith test. Or packed voids. Eli nodded. Slid to the console. Sword hilt pulsed in his grip. Interface synced. Subsystem menus bloomed. Power nexus. Overrides. Fingers danced. Human muscle memory kicked in. Precursors built intuitive. He routed legacy flux through failing conduits. Balanced loads. Grid hummed steady. Lights brightened. Shutters ceased. Crew exhaled. Sally's eyes widened. You just fixed what our engineers couldn't. Hardware puzzle? Eli shrugged. Sword had the tools. Hacks retracted the arrest order station-wide. Exhibit sealed. Cooperative oversight. Human liaison authorized. Crew dispersed. Arsenal doors hissed shut. Sword dimmed to standby. Blue glow faded. Then it projected holographic coordinates. Deep space vector. Ancient site marker. Pulsing beacon. Sally's breath hitched. Next door. Eli stared. Legacy's not done. Rax loomed. We claim it. No. Eli gripped the hilt. Joint. Or it stays locked. The Sally's claw touched his arm. Trust sealed. Station stabilized hummed around them, but Core's fleet lingered light years out. Nodes called. Pact tested ahead. Eli shouldered the railgun. Sally's lance gleamed. They moved as one. Coordinates burned in his HUD. Deeper legacy waited. Crew watched. Whispers spread. Humans unlocked it. Aliens held the line together. Rax followed. Led, operator. Eli grinned. Sword warmed. Jump primed. They launched. Eli's boots echoed in the shuttle bay. Sayeli's harness clicked beside him. Human armor fit her like a glove. Precursors scaled it perfect. Ready? He asked. Her frills flushed violet. With you? Always. Rax sealed the bay. Packed holds, for now. Warp, engaged. Stars streaked. Core's interceptors dotted sensors, late again. Eli interfaced sword. Arsenal pinged. Munitions restocked. Drones online. Sayeli manned nav. Evasive glyph plot incoming. Shields flared. Interceptors scattered. They're adapting, Eli said. Not to us. Together. Shuttle punched through. Coordinates resolved. Ringworld fragment. Human sigils etched on hull. Docking clamps locked. Air cycled. Doors opened to vacuum-sealed halls. Dust motes danced in beam lights. Eli swept railgun. Clear. Zaylee glyph scanned. Precursors vault. Human branch. Rax loomed taller. Power armor suits stood sentinel. Labels. USF Marine Corps. Boyd Ops. Eli donned one. Seals hissed. Exo-servos whirred. Strength doubled. Pass the cadet kit, he said. Sayeli strapped in. Her frame lithe, alien grace amplified. Feels right. Alarms pinged. Core's voice crackled. Surrender the site, Mercer. Boarders inbound. Eli racked grenades. Defend the vault. They took positions. Pact's fire burned. Explosives boomed. Goons breached. Railgun barked. Armor shredded. Sayeli's boosted lance arced. Vapor trails. Flank, Ellie covered. She spun. Precision kills. Core dropped from ceiling vents, vibroblade whirring. Eli parried. Exo strength buckled the blade. You're done, Eli growled. Sayeli pulse fired. Core slumped. Vault core hummed. Sword interfaced. Doors yawned wider. New projection, fleet schematics, human dreadnought bays. Sayeli's optics gleamed. Your legacy. Ours now. Eli nodded. Joint, Rax subtle docked. Report, secure, Eli said. Crew poured in. Awe rippled. Humans led. Aliens followed. Trust unlocked more. But sensors screamed. Core's main force warped in. Battle called. Eli raised the sword. Legacy roared. They fought as one. Plasma scorched bulkheads. Eli's exo dodged. Railgun chewed drones. Sayeli's agility danced through fire. Lance carved paths. Hacks directed crew. Blaster volleys pinned. Core secure, Eli yelled. Sword pulsed. Defense grid activated. Turret spun. Shredded borders. Core retreated. This isn't over. Warp signatures fled. Station. Now Ringworld outpost. Stabilized. Power infinite. Sayeli leaned on Eli. We did it. Pact did. Rax grunted approval. Liaison proven. Coordinates chained. Deeper sights beckoned. Legacy spread. 2 species. 1 fire. Eli gripped hilt. Next door opened. Unstoppable.